Jason here, Blood Church, coming to you today. God bless each and every one of you. Going to take a look at the feast days, the days of the Lord, the appointed days of the Lord. And many watchmen have done channels on this. This isn't going to be an extensive study. I'm not going to go verse by verse. Quickly just say what they are, and this should be a sweet video. But it's often perceived in terms of the rapture of the church, and that's why we're looking at this, that Jesus has fulfilled the feast days in order, and he's going to fulfill the fall feast days next, because the spring ones have been fulfilled. So we'll talk about this in the scriptures. You can find these feast days in Leviticus chapter 23, and it starts with Passover in the spring. It's on the left there, the first candle of the menorah that's lit, and on the screen here. And these are the feasts of the Lord, a holy convocation. So I'm reading chapter 23, and I'm at verse 4. Even holy convocations with you shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5, and the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. So Passover, we know the story of how God helped Moses escape from Pharaoh's grip in Egypt, with the killing of the oldest child. And if they didn't put blood upon the door in the right places, then the angel of the Lord would kill the oldest child of the household. If they did, then they would pass over, and that's where you get the word Passover. The next feast, second over from the left, is unleavened bread. I don't know if you can read my handwriting. I apologize. Verse 6, in the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. That was verse 6 in Leviticus 23. Verse 7, in the first day you shall have an holy convocation, and you shall do no servile work therein. Verse 8, but you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And in the 7th day is an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. So, unleavened bread. Of course, we know Jesus was the Passover lamb. He fulfilled the Passover, the first menorah stick, when he came into Jerusalem to die. And of course, we know unleavened bread was when he was buried, and then first fruits. Jesus became the first fruits, and we'll look at that one next. The Feast of First Fruits is found in Leviticus 23, verse 9. And the Bible reads there, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then you shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. And so there's just going to be an offering, and there's also a meat offering. And so you can read about that. And then we have Pentecost in the middle. Now, that I believe that was fulfilled, and this is somewhat of a debate. Some people don't believe it was fulfilled. In the upper room, when the Holy Spirit first came into the apostles after Jesus had ascended, the Holy Spirit came down as a gift, as a blessing, and that's when that was fulfilled. That's my opinion. Some people disagree. So the fall feasts that you see on the right are the ones that are yet to be fulfilled. And you can see the Pentecost verses at 23, starting at 15 and going to 21. But let's jump over to the fall feast. There we have Feast of Trumpets. Now, this is the one that I've always thought was the best candidate, because it was the next one to fulfill, in my opinion. And it does have a trumpet sound that I believe, as 1 Thessalonians 4 chapter 4, 13 through 18, as well as 1 Corinthians 15, 51 through 58, truly talk about the trumpet voice of God. The last trump sound is incorporated into the Feast of Trumpets. And it starts at verse 22 of Leviticus chapter 23. And the Bible reads, and when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clear riddance of the corners of thy field. When thou reapest, never shalt thou gather any gleaning of the harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Verse 23, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall you have a Sabbath, a memorial, a blowing of trumpets, and Holy Convocation. And so that's sort of why I've always thought Trumpets was the best candidate if it's going by the feast days. And I still believe that. But it's not necessary that God will do the rapture by the feast days. I am not 100% saying that, thus saith the Lord type thing. I'm just saying that was my theological opinion, which, some disagree with. We certainly know the rapture is imminent with the generation of the fig tree in Israel's development. Then you have the Feast of Atonement, or the Day of Atonement. Verse 26, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, this is Leviticus 23, verse 27, also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Okay, so then there's Feast of Tabernacles. So of course, that's the idea that the Lord will tabernacle with us. Verse 34 of Leviticus 23, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. And it goes on to talk about the days. And so, my opinion was always Feast of Trumpets made a lot of sense with the trumpet of God. Tell me your thoughts. If you think this day or any of the other feast days would make sense for a rapture. Of course, you can, there are a lot of videos on these feast days. I know Burial has a really good series on them to get a lot of really good information from them, and so do other watchmen. God bless. Have a great day.